Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back to Cloud Institution again. So today in this session we are going to see, as part of the Azure Devops series, we are going to see another interesting video, that is creating a self-hosted, the self-hosted agent. So what is self-hosted agent? So okay, we are going to see. We are going to okay. First of all, what we are going to do is that we have logged into Azure DevOps. Okay, then we go to the project, whatever we have created. Okay, so for now I'm creating the test projects. Okay, so under test project, what I'm going to do is that okay, so under test project, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to click on the bottom. If you can see the bottom, there's a settings option. Okay, so click on settings icon. So once you open the settings icon, so what happens is that it's going to be asking for the agent. It's going to be asking for the agent pools. Okay, so agent pools. Okay, so we have a once ever we have it you do like this. So there will be a default agent pools and Azure Pipeline agent pools, and I've created HS agent pool. Okay, so now I can, if you want to create a new agent pool, what you can do is click on agent pools. Okay, there are two to three ways to create the agent pools. Okay, so one is like managed DevOps pool, another one is uh, self-hosted agent pool, another one is Azure virtual machine scale set. Okay, this also this agent pools. Okay, now today in this video, as part of this video, we're going to see self-hosted agent pools. So as soon as we go into the agent pools, click on self-hosted agent pool. So what is self-hosted agent pool? Okay, so the self-hosted agent pool is nothing but you need to create your own virtual machines. Then you will be installing the agents on top of that virtual machine. Then you're creating the agent, right? So what about manage agent pools? Manage agent pool, Azure itself will create a agent pool for you. Okay, so here what you have to do, you have to create a one virtual machine. Okay, on top of that you have to install the agent pool. Okay, now today we are going to see about how to create a Linux agent pool. Okay, so Linux, okay, self-hosted, okay, agent hyphen pool. Okay, this is what the okay, so this is what the agent pool name which I'm giving for my agents. Okay, so now description is optional, you don't need to give, but grant access permission for all the pipelines. Okay, this particular agents will be able to grant the access to the all the pipelines. Okay, now I'm going to click on create. Okay, now I added this Linux self-hosted, okay, agent pool is created. Okay, now what I have to do is that so we need to create a new agent, right? So if you want to create a new agent. Okay, so now it will asking you that so which agent you want to create, whether it is Linux or Windows or Mac OS, and or which OS, which agent you wanted to be creating, right? So now I wanted to create a Linux agent. Okay, so as part of this video, we're going to be creating the Linux agent. Okay, so if you want to create a Linux agent, so what you have to do, we have to create a you have to create a Linux machine, then you have to download this, and then you need to copy this one inside this one, and we need to be following the steps. All right, so now as part of this session, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new so I'm going to create a new virtual machine. Okay, so if you click on virtual machine like this. Okay, so we already have a Terraform agent virtual machine. Okay, so I'm going to create a new virtual machine. Okay, so once you create a virtual machine, it will show you, it will open up with all the features. Okay, I think it's taking some time. Okay, now the resource group is going to be, okay, if you already created a resource group, it will create a resource group. Okay, so I'm going to create a resource group. So Azure Terraform resource group, which has already been created. I'm not going to create so anything new. If you don't have a resource group, then you can click on new, create new, and then create your resource group. Okay, now I'm creating the resource group, which is already okay. The virtual machine name is going to be, okay, so self-hosted, okay, Linux VM agent. Okay, so this is called self-hosted image. Okay, South Indian region, I'm going to choose it closer for me, and then you can choose this, Ubuntu server. Okay, so all these options, all these things you can just available zones, no preferences, and then images. You can choose Windows Ubuntu image, and then this is the standard tier. And then now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to give a password. Okay, username is going to be Ubuntu, and the password. Okay, I'm giving my own password. Okay, you can just give your own password. Okay, so it's not taking up. I need to give something strong password. Okay, so all right. So I'm giving some strong password. Okay, so that's it. That's it. That's it. I require. Okay, I don't want to give any kind of a disks or anything. I'm not specific to that. I'm going to create, review, and create. So when say review and create, then it's going to be giving option that so it's going to be creating. Okay, it's still taking some time. Okay, so um, meanwhile whether it is meanwhile it is just getting created. What we can do is, okay, so it is just validation passed. I'm going to click on create. Okay, so this virtual machine creation will take some time. Okay, so what we have done till now, we have created one virtual machine. Okay, so initializing deployment. What's happening here is that so let's go back to the Azure DevOps portal. All right. Okay, so in the Azure DevOps portal we have a Linux machine. Okay, Linux, this thing we have copied. Now we can download. Okay, we can download the agent. Okay, as soon as you could put the download agent is getting downloaded. This agent is getting downloaded. As you can see here, one is getting downloaded. Okay, so VTS agent, VSTS agent. Okay, this one 2.tz is what is getting downloaded. Okay, now what we can do is that, okay, so we need to once the virtual machine is getting created, it's still initializing. Okay, so we need to log SSH into this particular machine. All right, so now it's get deployment still being done. Okay, now as you can see here, this so this agent, the agent is getting downloaded. Okay, now let's go back to the deployment. It will be done in some time. So what we have to do right after the deployment is getting done, okay, we need to go and log into this machine. Okay, so how to log into this particular machine? We have various ways to log into this machine. Okay, now we can go to the resource. Okay, so now I'm going to open my, okay, so the terminal. Okay, so I'm going to open my terminal. Okay, so now I'm going to close it down. These are all Terraform stuff which I don't need. Um, okay, so I'm going to close this stuff. Uh, uh, do save and then providers. Okay, now it is kind of a very empty terminal. All right. Okay, now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to SSH into this machine. So how to SSH into this machine? Okay, so I need to have a public IP address of this machine. Okay, so and this one. Okay, so here I'm giving SSH. Okay, so the username what you have given is Ubuntu at the rate this one, right? This is the IP address of the machine. So what we can do, if we SSH into the machine, so it will just get it. Then the password, whatever we have given the password, that's going to be entered. Okay, so now we logged into the machine. So what you have done just now, we have created a self-hosted zone agent, and then we've given a password, and using this password we just logged into the machine. So now next step, what we have to do, we have to copy this particular document, this zip file into this machine. Okay, now I'm going to the new bash terminal. Okay, so now what you can do is, i'm going to do a sorry, I will be I'll be going back to the I'll be going back to the terminal. What is this terminal? Where is that? I just got confused. Okay, let me just open it again. A new terminal. Okay, so it's a ZSH. Okay, so first of all, what we can do is, initially I just logged in with this machine. Okay, now I'm wanted to do SCP. Okay, so SCP, I'll be copying this particular file, whatever downloaded, to the machine. Okay, SSH. So this is what the machine which I have done, right, which I have created. Okay, so SSH, if you can do, ask for password. Okay, so now it's getting logged in. Okay, so what we can do, if we go ls, so pwd, so home ubuntu is there. Okay, now we can go for a zsh. I'm going to create a new terminal. Okay, it's going to be zsh. What I'm going to do here is that I'm going to copy this file into this particular folder. Okay, so here. Okay, so this is the previous terminal. So in slash ubuntu nothing is there. Now I'm copying from my local terminal, that scp hyphen r. Okay, hyphen r is not required, but if you want you can have it. So scp, and then downloads. So what's the name of the agent name we have downloaded? Is going to be vsts hyphen agent, right? Vsts. What is this? Vsts hyphen agent. I wanted to see where is it get downloaded. This got downloaded documents. Okay, so it's in documents. It's in a documents. Okay, now no, it's not downloads. It's in a documents vsts. Okay, agent. So now I have a three documents, but I'm using the two one whichever is got downloaded. So I'm going to copy into this Ubuntu. Okay, Ubuntu at the rate this particular file, particular machine. All right. Okay. Now if you can do like this, what happens? I don't know. It is not. Okay. Now what happens? It is got copied. Oh, sorry, it's not copied. It's just copied to which folder I need to copy? I need to copy to home Ubuntu. Okay. So now let's leave one more time. Nothing is there here. As soon as I mention home Ubuntu, okay. So now password. It's asking for a password. So I'm giving my Windows Linux password. It is just transferring the file. Okay. It is just 1418 is getting downloaded. Okay, it will take some time, so until the 100% is getting transfer the file. Okay, so now we need to, okay, we need to, what we have to do in this machine is that, okay, let's see, unzip is there or not. Okay, unzip is not there. Unzip fold is not installed. Okay, what we can do, apt install, because we need to unzip this file. Okay, so what we can do with sudo, we can give it sudo unzip, we can install. Okay, so unzip is getting installed. All right, so meanwhile if you can see the file transfer, this file is 100% transferred. Okay, so unzip. Okay, unzip is also installed. Okay, so now you can see this file, it is got downloaded as well. So now what I'm going to do, unzip this vs. Okay, unzip, I need to give, okay, cannot find the zip directory, cannot find. Okay, I think unzip, uh, I don't know, it's just opening, it's just this file is there in this particular format. um, okay, I think what I can do is I can just unzip from here itself, I can just transfer it. So what I can do, Okay, it is just extracting. Or I can also try something. I'm not sure why. Uh, uh, is just copied in some different formats. Okay, so now what I do, what I can try to do, unzip, do like this, unzip, come and unzip, not did you mean? Okay, unzip. Okay, actives cannot find the zip file directory. Okay, so what I can do is I've just I've just extracted probably. It's just getting extracted. Or what I can, I think maybe this file, um, I will just trying to, okay, so this file is just extracted. Okay, so what I can do is I can, instead of SCP, I'll be copying SCP hyphen R. Um, okay, so in downloads, okay, so here, so folder name is going to be, okay, now the star, I'm going to copy this file into Ubuntu. So whatever is the content is there inside, I'm just copying that all the files inside this one. So now if you can go there and see here, so you must be seeing all the bin and all the folders must be copied. Okay, if you can go and see here, will be all the files will be copied. Okay, so once this file is copied, then we should be ready with this. Okay, so now we can go and see here. Still, the contents are getting copied here. Okay, we'll wait for some time. So now after, so meanwhile it's getting copied. What we have to do? We can go back here, setting agent pools. Okay. Now as soon as it's getting copied, okay. Oh, sorry. I think I need to give this particular tire if in ZVF. Okay, I think I forgot this command actually. So I didn't see this command. Probably I need to use this ZV. Okay, so I think we can also use tar, or we can also use unzip, but it's not a zip file. This is a tar file probably. So that's why it's just getting like this. So what I can also try is that if you wanted to, okay, if you wanted to, okay, so let me just go on. Some of the files are already copied. What I can do is mkdir agent cp um, to agent agent, okay, tar hyphen xvf z, it's correct, right? Okay, z zvx, okay, xvz, okay, that's fine. And then, okay, I'm copying this, and I'm copying this and entering it. Okay, so now it's extracting. Okay, so it will be extracted. So now, okay, so now you can see here, this is this. file is just getting extracted. Now what you have to do, and we have to just give /config.sh. Okay, so it's just telling that, so either the accept the explorer. Okay, is getting y, and so here the file is going to be, okay, enter the server URL. What is server URL? Server URL is nothing but your, okay, so server URL is nothing but your organization. Okay, so the URL is going to be, you need to copy this organization URL and paste it over here. All right, this is the, so we need to have a connectivity to your account. Okay, so click on here. Okay, so here click on personal access token, is called pat token. Click on pat token. All right, click on new token. Okay, so click on agent token is already created. Now I'm going to create a new token. So it's kind of a, okay, so new agent token. Okay, now I'm going to give, for now I'm giving full access and create it. Okay, so you can also, so you can also see, you can also create a some kind of access tokens, and this is the pat token, which I'm creating. So just copy this one and then paste it over here. Okay, this is a pat token which I'm created. All right, so connecting to the server. So what's going to be happening is that, okay, so agent pool name. So is connected to the server. So now this particular VM is got connected to this particular server. Now what I'm going to do is that, enter the agent pool. Okay, so what we created, if you remember. Okay, so agent pool is going to be Linux self-hosted agent pool. Okay, this one agent pool that is being created. Okay, now what I'm going to do is that we are going to give enter. Okay, so enter the agent pool. Okay, so default agent pool, it's not that. Okay, so enter the agent pool name. Press enter for the self-hosted agent. Okay, so enter agent name. Press enter for the self-hosted Linux VM install. Like, yeah, this is what it is, right? So now I'm going to click on enter. Okay, so enter work folder. Okay, so my work folder can be like this. This is the work folder. It's enough for me. I don't want to do change work folder. Okay, now everything has been set up. Okay, now as you can go back and see here, if you click on agent, okay, so one self-hosted agent will be getting ready. All right, so now what you have to do is that, so now the self-hosted agent is offline. Okay, so how to make it online? So this is kind of a major task, right? So it's enable. Okay, so but how to make this agent pool online? Okay, so now you can see here, you can click on yes. So there is another command which we have to go in, which we have to use it, something like, so if you can see the, if you can see the agent and see here, run.sh, right? You need to, what you have to give, there is run.sh file will be there, /run.sh. Okay, now whenever you're creating this, so connected to the server, listing to jobs. Okay, now whenever you give like this, so now your agent pool will become online. All right, so this is the way you will be creating a self-hosted VM agent, and then you will be creating the self-hosted VM agent, and you will be running the jobs. Okay, so in the next video we're going to say about how to install the uh, okay, how to run that small job on top of your self-hosted, agent. Okay, so hope you understand this one. So we'll see you again in the next video on the running the pipelines.